Hey everybody, it's Tom. Welcome. It's FANzine Live, and we are talking about classic zines today. And this is Future FANzine, the first awesome issue. If I had to peg it, I think we're looking at around, 1984. And this is by a gentleman named Chris, and I'm going to just screw it up. It's Diary. I never got a chance to meet the guy in person, and so I don't know exactly how you pronounce his name. But Chris, we're going to call you Chris today. It's a nice-looking zine. Future FANzine is neat in the sense that it is a really typical fanzine from that mid-'80s period. Few pinups, little story work, some reviews, some news, that type of stuff. And this was published, as you will learn, just before small press comics explosion went big in the direct market and started bringing in people like me. So I thought it would be neat to show you kind of the pre-true explosion, and because SPCE had been out, Tim Corrigan had been making it, but he, I think it was with issue 7 or 8, he went and started distributing in comic shops, and that's where the pie grew quite a bit, and the population of small press publishers grew quite a bit. So anyway, little zines like this were the way that folks would communicate with each other. Of course, there was no internet back then. And so, yeah, this is a neat kind of typical example of what was available. This is 1986 by Baker, Carrie Lee Baker, who likes to draw. But you can see the interior, very simple, done on a typewriter. Not sure where he got the editorial from. Wouldn't be surprising if he found that in like a newspaper or a magazine and clipped it out and taped it down. Lord knows I used a lot of Scotch tape in my zines to paste things up. He's got a nice combination of people. Yeah, but he says, first issue of Future FANzine, the zine for fanzine lovers and small press lovers. Be the zine that has great art, illos, stories, etc., combined with reviews, news, ads of the small press world. Be bi-monthly, beginning with the next issue. He's looking for art, stories, illustrations, single-page gags, articles, etc. to publish, and then has some advertising stuff, news, information, and reviews. It's kind of a general all-purpose zine, and I think that's really neat. This is Elmo's Romance Funnies. It's an ill-advised true lust story. I'm going to skip over it for purposes of trying to stay clean with YouTube. But anyway, David Puckett, I believe was his name. Yes, David Puckett did this. And this section is just all about his character and how it evolved. Puckett had been doing comics for quite some time. As you can see, his character first appeared around 1970, and then 71, 72, 73. So just had some fun talking about the evolution of the character. Became a hippie in the mid-70s, and then in the early 80s, he grew some facial hair, and now he's a straight-looking guy. Then you've got some, but I do like the artwork. It's fun. I mean, fun cartoony type stuff. Very clean. Then you got comic reviews. You can see, I mean, some of them are a little more detailed, like this one for Explosion Comics, published by Paradox Press. This comic book is great. It features several stories and illo here and there, illustration. The stories are good along with some really good artwork. This is highly recommended, good price for this type of quality. And this one, I don't know how, 28 pages for $1.25, all Xeroxed. So you can see you've got little bits. Airy Nothings. Here's one by Ozone Press out of Dallas. An 8-page mini, 50 cents. This mini features no art, but is a very good collection of quotes. So the reviews aren't super detailed, but they do have, they tell you a little bit about them. And it goes on again. Fan Connection, Stupid Boy, Arthur's World, Self-Publisher Monthly. I found this one interesting. 20 digest size pages for $1. This zine was to take the place of FTO publications until SPCE came along. It's a great zine. FTO pubs, I'm not familiar with that abbreviation. I need to look that up. It's a great zine with news, lots of reviews, ads, and more. It's well produced and looks very clean cut, unlike some things in Small Press Comics Explosion. It's too bad it has been canceled due to SPCE getting the upper advantage. Good work to Tim Belgard, the editor, and Chris Miller, the reviewer. So Self-Publisher Monthly was a predecessor zine to, or perhaps maybe was run concurrently with early SPCE. You can see some more Words of Wisdom, High Tech, Monsters and Mutants. Little ad for Baby Oil, an 8-page mini. You got some news. I like this, that the opening news is from Dark Horse Comics. And I don't think it's the same Dark Horse Comics, though, because this is from an apartment in Louisville, Kentucky, not Dark Horse, who published stuff like, I don't know, Hellboy and Concrete and the like. Then Future Comics, that's this. Then you can see SPCE goes to the direct market. Small Press Comics Explosion, one of my favorites and yours, will now have a 2,000 plus print run. Ad rates will double, however. Sub rates will stay the same, and circulation will be 10 times higher. The covers will now be in color with illustrations. So looks like Corrigan was printing around 200 or so at first, and he bumped it up to 2,000 when he went into comic shops. Also, here's one for Klutz Enterprises with Ultra Klutz. Becomes Onward Comics, and now will be nationally distributed. I have some Ultra Klutz. I love that. Then Chris did this one. I like this. You remember back in the 80s, Phil Collins had an album called No Jacket Required. Well, you can see Phil Collins' jacket shop, used and new. Then Hal Hargett drew Energy Lad. Chris drew the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was pretty much brand new at the day. Jeff Gaither did a wonderful piece here. Look at that. That is some fantastic shading. And then our friend Alan Freeman, back in 1986, was drawing that great. What a talent. And then lastly, Mr. Baker came back and did that piece. So this is neat. This is a fun little zine. Only cost $1 back in the day, but a good representative example of what was available back in the mid 80s. And this is how we communicated with each other, how we learned what to buy, what to order. We learned what was new from the different groups, learned who the different artists were. A lot of fun. And just so you know, Chris, I believe, joined the UFO and the United FANzine organization, and I've got some other copies of his stuff. He kept going for quite a while. This is issue 2 with a Jeff Gaither cover. I love this one. I don't have issue 3, but here's issue 4. Francis Mao doing Dr. Fate, Martian Manhunter, Shazam, and Mr. Miracle. Always loved his work. Looks like Future FANzine 5 took a look at Matt Fiesel's work with all the Cynical Man and the like. Of course, the Zot crossover. Mr. Baker is back doing Daredevil. Jeff Wood, we're up to 1998 for issue 7, showing off his Snow Bunny. Todd Rush drew this with Chris on inks. I like the design of the page. I like the simple text. That's nice. And then the last one that I've got is issue 10, and that's, of course, Larry Blake from 1988 and his Night Star character. So very cool. It was neat to go down memory lane with this one. So well done, Chris. I hope I did you justice, and everybody, I hope you enjoyed. So that's it for now. Future FANzine #1. We might take a look at future issues in the future, but I've got a whole bunch of other zines that we can go take a look at back in the library. Maybe next time. Have a good one, everyone. Talk to you soon.